After spending more than a month self-driving through some of the most famous national parks in southern Africa,
Thank you, Mr. Zebra.
we suddenly realized that the main thing that people want to know about our adventure is how could they do the same.
Absolutely crazy feeling.
And so in this video, we will show you everything you need to know about self-driving a safari. From tickets to accommodation, from the biggest dangers, all the way to useful tips that help you spot even the rarest animals. And of course, we will show you all of this through our own experiences. So now, let's make our way to Zimbabwe.
It's another rainy morning and we're approaching Hwanga National Park. It's not often frequented due to its location, but at the same time it's supposed to be one of the most special parks in the whole of Africa.
Hwanga is located on the eastern border of the country. But what makes this park truly unique is that it has the biggest density of elephants in the whole world.
The map showed paved road. It's like half-finished puzzle.
Between 40 and 50,000 of them roam these forests.
All of those broken trees, they're also elephants' job.
And soon we would learn the hard way how dangerous these animals can actually be.
It's angry.
Uh-oh.
Okay, go, 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 go.
Yet not to jump ahead of myself, at first we needed to officially enter the park. In most national parks, the entry tickets can be purchased right there at the front gate.
I've never seen bush pigs that are so nice and clean. No mud or anything, just like coming from theater or something.
However, if you have not pre-booked your accommodation online, then handling this is another thing you need to do at the gate.
I sent the receipt and he's just telling me that camping is now 20 per person per night. And I didn't know, I thought it's still 17.
The campsite prices have risen, so it's $20 per person per night.
And it came down to 165
For 2 people, car, 2 campsite, conservation fees, everything.
and 3 days in the park.
3 days in a park, yeah. 2 nights, 3 days.
In some of the more popular parks, it is actually required to book online. But not to worry, because the step-by-step way to do it can be found in our travel guide, linked in the description below.
The whole forest around us is full of elephant tracks.
And elephant poop.
Elephant poop, elephant tracks.
But 0 elephants so far.
The landscapes in Hwanga were diverse and beautiful. We passed through low Mopone forests, drove over many grasslands, and saw numerous rivers and lakes that hippos and crocodiles call home.
So this here is what in Hwanga National Park is called a hide. That's the only time you can leave your car. Oh wow, these crocodiles are massive.
No, they're just fat.
In just few hours, we managed to spot animals we had never seen before. From the world's largest antelope, the mighty eland, to their shy relatives who only dwell in the bush.
We saw our first kudu.
Very timid.
It's a very beautiful antelope. Gorgeous horns, but extremely timid in nature.
From sleepy rock hyrax
One of them has kids.
to cheeky hornbills. Once out here, you really start to appreciate the benefits of self-driving. You see, many guides who come to those parks each day only focus on finding the big and rare animals. So stopping next to an impala or a bush pig can often seem like a waste of time to them. But what they forget is that for most visitors, seeing the more common animals is also very special. Because as we all know, most of these creatures can only be found here.
When you're driving on a road and suddenly see a ball of poop just rolling around on the ground.
In this one pile, there was at least 8 dung beetles. And being able to stop and witness their daily business was truly special.
This guy is working hard, bringing lunch home for the children.
However, if you want to also find the rare beasts, then there of course are a few little things that you can do that will more than double the chances of seeing them.
We heard some interesting news. There's a dead elephant.
Which is what?
A dead elephant, like what? But a huge dead animal means probably lions, hyenas, vultures.
Yes.
Many times I've heard people saying that getting a guide increases your chances of seeing animals. But the only thing that they do differently is that they talk to each other over walkie-talkies. So the first and easiest thing to do is to talk with other people in the park.
Should we ask?
It's a common practice in less frequented parks. And so if you decide to ask others, your chances of spotting animals are just as big as for the guides.
We are looking for the elephant kill, and we are seeing 3 big birds in the sky. So this is where we're gonna head towards.
But besides talking to strangers, this here is the second thing that will help you in finding the big predators.
There's about 20 vultures in the air. It's a good sign for us.
Yes, reading the signs that nature provides might seem like witchcraft at first. But believe me, after a day or two in nature, it actually becomes easy.
Beautiful paw print. Look at those.
Us humans evolved in such environment. And strangely, it is still in our DNA to understand the nature.
We've been circling the vultures and looking around, but still there's nothing.
So remember, simply observing the fresh animal tracks on roads or the birds in a sky is really quite a simple way that can lead you to amazing discoveries.
When you're driving and there's like lion, 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 lion.
It's such a special feeling to find lions all by ourselves. 7 lion bride.
We caught this bride while they were preparing themselves for an evening hunt.
They weren't too happy to have us because they stood up and walked away. But they weren't like too distressed either. It was more like, yeah, leave us be.
Strangely enough, we never managed to find the dead elephant carcass. Yet as we found out the following day, it isn't always smart to follow the words of others.
Tourist office to the right.
But for now, it was time to head towards the campsite so that we could settle in for the first night in Huange.
And this is our home for the night.
The Cinematella camp, located on the top of a mountain, was more than we could have ever hoped for.
That's the main star. Stunning.
And even though we were the only ones here, the service was top-notch.
The camp warden has made a fire in the donkey.
What is donkey?
Donkey is this oven here. So it's heated up by wood, and it's often used on campsites because it doesn't require electricity.
Donkey, it's funny because I have read from a couple of different campsites that hot water is by donkey. And I'm like, weird, it seems so remote. And they all have donkeys bringing in water. They sometimes I'm stupid, but like, this is a donkey, not the, yeah.
Hot showers, clean toilets, and even free firewood to warm our toes at night.
6:30.
Why is it so light?
Because we made a miscalculation and 6:30 is sunrise. We should be already up and going, but we're enjoying the views.
The best time to see animals in the wild is always around sunrise and sunset. So after a quick breakfast, we packed our gear in a rush.
In the morning this view is even more gorgeous.
Do you see elephants?
Not a single one. By statistics alone, we were looking down there, there should be at least 2,000 elephants. There are 50,000 in the park and we can see like...
Thank
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
The campsite was absolutely amazing.
And the water was so nice and hot.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, have a nice day.
You as
Thank
well.
you so much.
Bye bye.
Bye.
It sure was weird that we still hadn't seen a single elephant in Hwange. But soon, it was about to get even stranger, because deeper in the park, the presence of those animals could be felt all around. Elephant tusks on the ground like this. Crazy.
We've seen quite a lot of bones and skulls and stuff of elephant. Like crazy, crazy many, and they are so big.
Even the Mopane forests were shaped by those beasts.
And last night on the campsite they gave us the same wood and it burned for hours. It was beautiful reddish tint. 2/3 of the trees are just broken like this. A couple have reached maturity, but it almost seems that the elephants have figured out that if they break the trees, then they have more food, because then they start doing this.
It was very interesting to see that us humans are not the only animal capable of shaping the environment to our liking. However, after a few more hours of driving, a new rumor reached us.
A local tour guide just passed us, stopped our car with the hand, and said that next to main camp, like very close to main camp, there is a leopard in the tree with a kill, or that there was a leopard in the tree.
And it feels a little strange because yesterday we already spent like 2 hours chasing a hint of a dead elephant, which was a rumor because somebody probably saw a skull of an elephant and said there's a lion next to elephant bones. Next person says there's lion next to dead elephant.
It was like a broken telephone game.
After a brief consideration, we still decided to follow the hint. But to get there, we decided to follow small side roads, because when driving on the main track, you quickly understand that there has been too many cars and too little maintenance. As we got closer to the destination, our excitement only grew.
Those teak trees, they're absolutely perfect for leopards.
And perhaps it was superstition, but for some reason we decided to sing a song that last time brought us all the luck in the world.
Mr. Leopard, where are you? I want to spend some time with you. Mr. Lion, show your face. Tell me where is your hiding place?
And all of a sudden, all the right signs were there.
I can see it.
There's a leopard in a freaking tree. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes, perhaps the most obvious sign out there that everyone can spot is another parked car.
3 weeks of work, 7,000 kilometers of driving.
Leopards, you see, are among the hardest animals to spot in Africa. They are masters of disguise, smart and cunning.
The tour guide that was next to us said that last time he saw a leopard around here was 3-4 months ago, and he's out every day. And it has killed an impala. It's just hanging there, yeah.
The sight of an antelope hanging from the tree was at first shocking. But why leopards do this is quite obvious. They're the only cat around here who is good at climbing, and so hauling their food up a tree saves it from getting stolen by a stronger or more numerous carnivores.
Never before has the whole plan for my afternoon been to watch a cat sleep.
For nearly 2 hours, we stayed near the tree.
Well, that's a nice view.
And sadly here, we also saw in action what happens if people don't follow the rules of the park.
So there was a person in that white car who wanted to come out of the vehicle, scared of the leopard.
The leopard saw it, got up and jumped off the tree.
Yeah, the tour guides are super angry at them.
You see, most animals here see our cars as some sort of a moving tree. They are harmless. However, they are still afraid of humans. So the rule to stay in your car is not only for safety, but also it's there so we wouldn't scare the animals. But even with this unfortunate ending, we still felt as if we were on cloud 9.
Mrs. Leopard,
Mrs. Leopard,
thank you.
thank you.
I want to spend more time with you.
spend more time with you.
We saw a leopard!
Mrs. Leopard, we saw you, but we still want to spend more time with you
And say thank you.
and say thank you.
Yet there is one more lesson that everyone who comes on a safari needs to learn. And for us, it happened on a third and final day of our adventure, and we learned it the hard way.
Fresh poop, plants pulled out of the ground, elephant footprints. No elephants. Third day, no elephants in the kingdom of elephants. This park has the most dense elephant population in the world. We haven't seen a single one.
But right then and there, all of this was about to change.
An elephant. First one. Finally, third day in the elephant park, and we're starting to see elephants.
You see, what we didn't anticipate
I'm really afraid.
was that the elephants might not share our enthusiasm when they spotted us.
It's a mom and a child. Uh-oh.
Okay, go, 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 go.
And suddenly it happened. She charged at us.
It's angry. Why we don't go forward?
Yeah, we will go forward. And that's what's called a mock charge.
A common thing that elephants do when wanting to scare off other animals.
So she runs at us, like 5 meters, and then stops.
But for us, it was a lesson that we will never forget. Thanks to the small babies, the young moms were unusually aggressive. And time after time, the same thing kept happening.
She just broke an anthill under her foot. Comments?
Comments, comments. Then you said, you film, I drive. And then I was there like, angry elephant. Boyfriend makes me film.
Out here, while having the time of your life, it is easy to forget that you are still in wild nature.
It's sort of a crazy feeling when you see an elephant charging at you.
And from that moment on, having an escape plan was a must.
We were not close to that elephant at all.
Yeah, we were like 50 meters and she still wanted to charge us.
Yeah, and we were not like next to her baby, nothing.
So she probably just wanted to make sure we know who's the boss.
And of course, understanding the risks and dangers is the best way to keep yourself out of trouble. However, if done correctly, self-driving a safari is really an experience I would recommend to everyone interested in animals and wild nature. The freedom and flexibility it provides is unmatched by any tour company. And if you would also like to experience Africa in such a manner, then make sure to have a look at the travel guide in the description below, because it is designed to make planning such an adventure easy for everyone. Friends, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.